Next, on episode 7, we take a look at Bigsteviepum's latest toy run finds: Wonder Woman, Star Wars figures, wrestling figures, Annabelle. Plus, Bigsteviepump makes his debut as a food reviewer. All this and more on today's can't miss episode of Tales from Collector's Paradise featuring Bigsteviepump. Tales from Collector's Paradise, hosted by yours truly, Bigsteviepump. Hello, welcome to Tales from Collector's Paradise, featuring yours truly, Bigsteviepump, episode 7. Guys, thanks for joining me here today, and we've got a lot of fun stuff to cover. As you've seen in the opening video, that pile of action figures, got a variety of figures, Wonder Woman, a few Star Wars figures, a few wrestling figures, and that Annabelle, man, and that is extra awesome. I can't wait to open that. I'm going to show them to you closed. I'm going to show them to you open. It's going to be a lot of fun. Anyway, so we're going to get into that. Now, guys, a couple of quick pieces of business. Thank you for watching, subscribing, liking, commenting on the videos. I appreciate it. I'm having a lot of fun. I hope you are too. But one thing that's kind of puzzling me is the most watched video of all time now is the Hulk Hogan, the Ultimate Battle of Hulk Hogan episode part 1. Episode 5, part 1. That's the most watched episode of all time. And it's battling out with a couple other episodes. And I appreciate it, guys. I appreciate all the watches. But what's puzzling me is episode 2 has got nowhere near the watches that episode 1 does, and that's the stunning conclusion. So if you haven't done yourself a favor and watched episode 5, part 2, go do that now. After you watch this one, of course, because you don't have to have watched that one in order to understand what's going on in this one. But so you can watch it later. But at any rate, guys, check it out. So thank you for joining me today. And hey, you know what? Before this show goes off, and you're going to want to stick around, because I'm going to tell you what, for dessert, that's right, me being a food review guy, WWE Superstar Ice Cream Bars, calling my name. We're going to get into them, and I'm going to show you what that's all about. So, guys, stick around, because I'm sure that that's going to be some can't-miss footage. Oh, yeah, and one other thing. I hope I don't get in trouble for revealing this to the world, but I ran into a little bit of a production delay due to a couple of the members of my production team have been out on maternity leave. So congratulations to them. Kudos, ultimate kudos to Austin and Karen on the birth of their brand new baby girl, Dawn. Congratulations. Also, congratulations to me, because I'm now a grandfather. Pop, pop. Just thought I'd share that with the world. Congratulations to all of us here. We love it. So up first is Wonder Woman 1984 from McFarlane Toys, and I'm going to try to move it around a little bit here so you can see it. But from the multiverse, DC, and like I said, this is made by McFarlane, but there's a new Wonder Woman movie coming out, and it's called Wonder Woman 1984, as it says on the package here. We can turn it down, Wonder Woman 1984. Anyway, we're going to open up this figure here in just a second and take a greater look, but this is what the packaging looks like. And this one is a little bit ripped. Let's see, move it back a little bit so you can see it. It's ripped at the top, but I'm going to open it anyway, so it doesn't matter. But here we go. It's a pretty nice looking figure. My only complaint is the height, and, it is a little bit taller, and I covered that in a previous episode, one of the earlier episodes of this show, and back before we were doing innovative stuff like widescreen and things of that nature. And I covered, the Batman and Superman from Series 1, and this is the Wonder Woman from Series 2. But I'm going to take a second to pause it. I'm going to open it up and give her a closer look. So here she is open. And first impressions, I'll tell you what, and real quick, that's the trading card that comes in there in the background and the packaging. And also real quick, this series also includes a Joker, which they did not have. I would have bought it if they did. And a Golden Wonder Woman. These others are from the previous series. But in the Golden Wonder Woman, which they did have, I opted to not buy it. I bought all this other stuff you're going to see here shortly, so I chose not to buy it. Anyway, this Wonder Woman. So, first impressions, here you go. You got the lasso, and it's like I'm torn. It's one of them things that's kind of stiff, like the 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 grappling hook from the previous Batman. I don't know. I guess you can mold it some, so it's not too terribly bad. But what I do like, so, it's got the lasso there, and then you got the stand. Oop, hair on there. Anyway, and then what I really do like, this is one of the things I actually dig, is the hook on her belt. Let's see if we can, turn it to the side so you can see the hook there. And this is kind of curved towards her hip, so that can go on there, and that's pretty cool. And I'll tell you what, the joints, this has got some pretty good posability for a McFarlane figure. Even the toe bend, look at that. Even, much better than you would probably think. She can do the splits. I mean, yeah, this is a McFarlane figure, folks, and I'm going to tell you what, I think they nailed it. $20, I'm in. That's a buy. That is a buy for $20. So, I want to get her set back up so we can just get a quick final look before we move on to the next thing. Well, we won't, because it's taking too much time. Folks, $20, McFarlane, good job. That's a buy. All right, up next is the wrestling find. And actually, I traded all 5 of these from my cousin Davey for a couple of Star Wars figures and some cash. So anyway, Billy Kay here, we covered in a previous episode, and this is a Target exclusive way back before we were doing widescreen and, neat things like that. Anyway, Billy Kay here, this is a Target exclusive from Elite Series 75 from Mattel. And like I said, I don't want to spend too much time on her. She's been covered before, but I'm going to open her up. And then we got up next Mandy Rose from Elite 75, and this can be bought anywhere. And like I said, these store exclusives, they're really irritating me with that. But then we're going to skip over to Hurricane because he's also an Elite 75, so I'm sticking with the same ones there. And on this Hurricane, this is actually the white boots variant. So this is a variation. And like I said, when we open these up, we'll get into that a little bit closer. But there you can kind of see that. Stand back. There's a Hurricane coming through. So anyway, Ricochet here. This is a Target exclusive, the WWE Network Spotlight series. And this used to be at Toys R Us. And then when Toys R Us closed and went out of business, the series moved to Target. And here's Ricochet, and I can already see a rubber shirt there, so that's already not looking good. But we're going to open these up, and I've already had the Matt Hardy and the Kurt Angle from a previous toy run, so they won't be featured on today's show. And then last, Wendy Richter, and boy, do I love this figure. Man, like I said, we'll get into it more when I open it up. Also from the Target exclusive Network Spotlight, and I was really looking forward to snagging this one, so I can't wait to open that one up. So let's open them up and get right back to it. All right, and here we are with all of them open. And basically the 3 in the middle are all Target exclusives, these 2 being part of the Network Spotlight series, and this one being part of the Elite Series 75, just the random insert chase at Target. And then here the Mandy Rose is from Elite Series 75, and the Hurricane Helms here, or just the Hurricane, is also in Elite 75. Mattel, WWE Mattel Elite Series 75. So, basically, that's, this is a weird random collection of wrestlers here, and I'm going to start bringing some of them forward. We're going to start with Billy Kay, and I'm not going to get into her too much. I did her before on one of the previous episodes, like I'd said before, the cloth shirt. I love that, and this is actually open from that one. I didn't open the one I just got. That's just an extra one, possibly available for trade for a Peyton Royce. I'm looking for that one, but which is also an exclusive. But anyway, there's the Billy Kay, so not going to get into her too terribly much. We'll go ahead and pull Mandy Rose, and Billy Kay did come with some extra hands, but they're already locked up. The Mandy Rose, not locked up, but in the case anyway. The Mandy Rose does come with, an extra set of hands, and this one's kind of got the pose thing going on, so not too terrible. But the Mandy Rose figure's not too bad, and I put them on these stands, once again, at the suggestion of my friend. And, here's a case where this is not a cloth accessory, but it's supposed to look like leather. And it's, it's pliable enough. It's actually very pliable that it almost can pass off as a, leather. So I really, in this case, don't mind the plastic accessory. I think it actually looks pretty good. And then, and like I said, these figures have really good posability. And so this Mandy Rose, not too terribly bad of a figure. And we'll move her back. And we're going to go ahead now and we'll just go with Hurricane. And he comes with the extra set of hands. And I mean, look at this Hurricane. Stand back. There's a hurricane coming through. I've already used that. But anyway, once again, and he's also been reviewed before, the cloth accessory. And and this is a chase figure with the white boots. So 4 of these 5 figures here are actually kind of chase figures. This with the white boots, there's another Hurricane that's exactly the same, pretty much with the black boots. I think the design's slightly different. There are a couple of variations, but for the most part, it's the same here. But I like this chase Hurricane, so I've opened this one and as well as the black one. And I've got him here in his customary, Hurricane pose. So there's Hurricane helms. And then we'll pull Ricochet forward here. Here's Ricochet's hands. And this is the hands I've talked about before that Mattel's getting a little carried away with putting on. We'll take him off the stand for a minute. Ricochet's a pretty cool figure. The kids love him. Now here we're going to go. What do we got? This is a case where you're going to get shame on you. Mattel, shame on you for putting this rubber accessory on here. You did good with Billy Kay. You did good with Hurricane. The U.S. belts, however, I'm going to take this off. Look at the nice detail of this U.S. belt. I'm a pretty big fan of the way that WWE does these, the way they're kind of plated. They're put on in the back, so it is an actual, accessory. It's not a painted piece. It's actually a hard, plastic piece put on there. I don't know if I've actually shown too much of a close-up of a belt like this. I know I've shown another belt. But anyway, this Ricochet, the color on his tattoos, I wish the camera would cooperate with me. Zoom in on him. They've done a really good job of Ricochet. And like I said, the kids like him. He's a lot like a Rey Mysterio type. He's a high flyer, and this guy, I hate the non-cloth accessory shirt, but other than that, that's a win. And Wendy Richter also come with another set of hands, but, those are gone away. They're in the, big, toolbox full of hands. Anyway, look, here we go. We're going to get into this belt too, but this Wendy Richter, man, I'll tell you what, WrestleMania 1, Wendy Richter was a big deal. And of course, with the Cyndi Lauper thing going, and I mean, the glasses come off. Get a look at Wendy Richter there. Woo, with the blue eyeshadow. You can tell this is a figure from the 80s with the outfit and stuff. And I mean, it's just a really cool figure. Let's put Wendy Richter back on in the pink shoelaces there on her boots. Totally 80s. I absolutely love it. And like I said, I was stoked to get this. This is a Target exclusive. These figures are hard to get. The Wendy Richter, actually, she's been turning up a little bit more, though. But look at that Women's Championship belt. Very nice detail. Very, very nice. And we're going to just slide her to the back and the belt and the glasses. So anyway, those are the 5, kind of a weird collection of figures there. But that's the reason that all of these are together. And so just this is part of my trade. And oh, by the way, let's see here. This is kind of in an awkward spot, but we're going to go ahead and slide in this Yoda here. And this is a Spirit of the Yoda. He's a translucent Yoda, partially. So this is a Walmart exclusive, and you can order that on Walmart.com. And sorry to cover up these figures, but the reason I'm working in now, this arrived. I didn't have it when I was showing the thing earlier, but I'm not going to open this Yoda figure. The reason he's significant now, this is one of the figures to be named later in the trade I did with my cousin Davey when I mentioned that I had traded a couple of Star Wars figures. Well, this is one of them, this Spirit of the Yoda. So he's getting a little cameo here. I probably should have done it during the Star Wars section, but he was traded for these figures is the reason I worked it into right now. So anyway, there's Yoda, and I just wanted to share that. So that's actually, like I said, a Walmart exclusive, and let's just bring him back for a minute. He's a cool figure, Walmart exclusive, limit 1 per customer. So anyway, I ordered this from my cousin Davey. He's a bigger Star Wars guy. I'm a bigger wrestling guy. So sometimes we make trades like that and help each other out with store exclusives, because the store exclusives are impossible to get. And folks, the lesson I've taught you before, if you don't get it, you won't get it. Don't think twice. Just grab it. Like I did these 5 figures right here, and a couple more that's coming up. So how awesome are these 3? And these 2 here, the Luke and the Han, are from the Empire, the Strikes Back 40th year anniversary card. So it's a complete replica of the 3 3/4 inch figures from back in the day, and these are now on a 6-inch scale, and it looks exactly like that. And I mean, this is just absolutely awesome. I mean, it's just awesome. I just can't say it enough. And they're showing you here who comes out in this line. And I have the Luke standing here. The Yoda's the same as the previous Yoda I've got, so I chose to pass. Leia, I didn't buy, and the AT-AT driver I didn't buy, and Han's obviously in front of you. But I still may, I don't know. But I chose for now. Like I said, I was buying all this stuff, so I couldn't snag everything. One complaint I have, the Han does okay standing up like this, but I am going to still kind of lean him back. The Luke absolutely will not stand, Harley. You try to put him up, he's just going to fall. So I don't want to, I mean, and it's a shame, folks. These cards are so awesome. It's a shame. Kenner, it even has the Kenner name. I mean, it's a shame I'm going to open this almost, because it's just epic. But it's too awesome to not open, and we'll see how awesome the figure is when I get it open. But anyway, these are $20 a piece. And Mando here, the Mandalorian. I found the Luke and the Han on my big toy run, but all these figures I traded for on the same day as my toy run. I had to meet my cousin Davey, picked up all these figures, so all this is really part of one toy run. But man, the Mandalorian, Mando, and if you guys haven't been watching that, y'all are missing out. Do yourself a favor and go watch the Mandalorian on the Disney Network. Anyway, I can't wait to open these up. All those are $20 a piece, and I think they're all a buy, just even in the package, and I ain't even got my hands on them yet. So anyway, I'm sure this one's going to go off the charts. So hang tight. Let's get them open. All right, and we're back with these 3 open. And these are all $20 a piece, and the Han and the Luke are from the Empire Strikes Back 40th year anniversary line, and those could be bought anywhere. Anyway, this Han, a couple of things, just for one, here we go, a Mattel WWE stand, a Hasbro figure standing on it there. One thing that catches your eye real quick here is the holster on this Han Solo Bespin Han, and this little piece opens up and it'll actually hold the gun in there. So the gun will go right in that holster, and these actually have pretty good posability, and they're double jointed at the knee and everything, and good posability on the ankle, so you can move them around. I've kind of got the Luke doing some poses, and I just had the Han doing this basic pose, but like I said, they've got pretty good posability. And I picked these up at Walmart, the Han and the Luke. And the Mando, which we'll show him in a minute, was part of the trade that Yoda, busted the party a minute ago on. So this Luke, I'll tell you what, check out on his belt, one cool thing. Right there is a spot for the lightsaber, and I like that this belt is a loose piece. It's not molded, even on his leg, like the holster there, the leg part. And once again, Luke's buckles up and the gun comes right out. Sweet. And then the lightsaber, like I was showing on this having a spot there, the lightsaber itself, you probably can't see. Actually, you can. That hole right there is how that hangs on the belt. And this actually unscrews. Mine is having trouble doing that, so I'm not going to do it. But it does supposed to, separate, so you can just have the hilt hanging there or whatever on your belt. But this Bespin Luke, man, when I seen this Han and Luke hanging in the store, I just had to have them. And like I said, at Walmart, and they're $20 a piece, and they're definitely worth it. I'm in. And Mando here, I'll tell you what, This figure, my cousin Davey, I traded for it. You know, he found it, whatever, ordered it, and this was part of the trade for it, you know. And like I said, I showed this Yoda in on the wrestling figures, but whatever, Mando was part of the trade too. So I guess I could have done Yoda on this one. It'd probably been more appropriate. But so Yoda's crashed the party twice there, but oh well. So anyway, here's Mando, and I'll tell you what, I just love this figure. Don't love the non-cloth accessory, but they did a good job of making it frayed at the bottom to look like cloth. I'm not going to give them a shame on you. And even right here, the gun, I love the way they do this. So the gun's kind of got this little piece that sticks out that goes in his back. Well, if you'll notice here, this is an actual extra piece. So you can put the gun in there, you can put it, you know, through there. And anyway, and then once again, the holster that comes up, you know, that the gun comes out. And this is an awesome figure. And this figure just instantly skyrocketed into one of my favorite figures. And I just opened it right now. But it's just awesome, you know. But I was going to compare it to, you know, another figure. Uh-oh, here we go, folks. Let's see. Let's make a little room. We see, of course, there's Michael's. Well, look, it looks like he's got one of the ball and chain things on him. Like, what is going on here? Okay, now things are making a little more sense. Boba Fett. Huh. And he's got the belt. Wow. So he's, I guess he's trying to cash in on the bounty that Shawn Michaels has got on him for stealing the title and everything. So now Shawn Michaels looks like he's in quite a pickle this time. Don't know how he's going to get out of this one. His leg, you know, I doubt he could super kick anybody. He's ball and chained up. But anyway, so Shawn Michaels, he's going to have to move over here to the side. Boba Fett's bringing him in. So Boba Fett here and Mando. We're going to talk about them and Boba Fett. One thing already that you see, he just fell over. One thing that's weird to me is that, and I don't know if the camera's going to pick this up, is this has like a weird, you know, pointed, you know, hexagon or whatever shape to his, you know, to his peg hole, so he doesn't like to stand in a stand very well. The Mando's not made like that. It has regular circular holes, so not sure. But I wanted to bring both of these out, and let's move them back just a smidge. And like I said, I'm having trouble getting Boba Fett to stand. Maybe he'll do better just standing up. I don't know. So Boba Fett there. So no, he just doesn't want to stand, and that's already going to make Mando a superior figure. I'm just trying to get through this review with Boba Fett standing on a stand, and there you already see that he's just impossible. So, I mean, but this isn't really about Boba, it's about Mando, but I just wanted to compare it with the cloth accessory so you can kind of see the difference between the two. And in this case, I almost wonder if the non-cloth accessory looks better. That's why I said they're not going to get a shame on you. But the Boba Fett with the rocket pack, that's awesome. And I mean, this is definitely a cool figure. The Boba Fett's a cool figure. And this can be had. You can get that. That's actually the original one that came out in the Black Series a few years ago. But you can get it in part of that, you know, relaunch vintage line that they do, where they relaunch a lot of the Black Series figures. But this Mando is awesome, and I love it, and it's instantly one of my favorite figures. But let's go see what else is going on in the show today, guys. And there it is, folks, Annabelle. And I'll tell you what, I don't normally do horror figures. And an honest confession, this is actually for the Sludge Queen, my girlfriend. And I've asked her to be a guest on the show, but she won't appear on the show. But at any rate, that's okay. But I bought this for her on my toy run. And I'm going to tell you what, when I seen this, I seen it advertised, and, you know, a month or two back, and I thought, wow. And I really didn't think it was going to be out yet. And there's the pictures on the back. And let's just try to get it a little bit closer here. But I really didn't think it was going to be out yet. And I was really surprised. And this was at Target. And Target does a great job of carrying these things. And this is made by Neca. Neca. And I'm going to tell you what. Try to get the glare off of here, but, and like I said, we'll get a better look at it when we actually get it open. So, move her over a little bit. But man, I'll tell you what, in the case, and then you're going to stand, you're going to be able to put it up high, and the warning sticker, and she's on a little plastic thing in there. The rocking chair is in there, and I think she is going to set down lower where the sticker can go up. We'll find out when we get her open. But I tell you what, I've been really looking forward to this figure. And like I said, I did buy it for the Sludge Queen, but man, guilty pleasure. I can't wait to get my hands on it and see what this is all about. This is the coup de grace of the show. I feel like I've been anticipating this figure for so long, more than my girlfriend even, I feel like. But I told her that was the deal. She could have this figure if I got to review it on my show. Real quick though, these things, man, with tax, this is almost $40. It was like 33, 35 bucks, something like that, plus tax. So quite pricey, but man, we'll see if it's worth the price. I got a feeling it will be. Let's find out. Okay, folks, and we're back. And here it is, open. And it says here, warning, positively do not open. It says it here. It says it here. I don't know, folks. Could be a little touch and go here momentarily. But so here's the deal. I had to wait for the Sludge Queen to open this up, so I took it down. You know, like I mentioned earlier, I bought this for her, so I had to wait for her to open it up so I could get back. So she put production on hold, so just so everybody knows, this episode is delayed by 1 day because the Sludge Queen, because she put production on hold. But anyway, folks, it's worth it. This figure, and I'm going to move it forward a little bit. Okay, here. And actually, real quick, I'm going to do the heads. And then we'll get into the figure. So just to show you kind of the alternate head. I mean, look at that creepy face. I mean, that is so awesome with the pigtails and everything. It's just crazy. And then this one here's got like the kooky eyes. I love it. So, I mean, these are, it has like a little hair on it. That's easy to do. Man, these little heads are awesome. But this figure here, like I said, it's close to $40, and we're going to go ahead and bring it in with tax and everything. But we're going to keep bringing it in. And the stand, all you're kind of missing out on is this base, the wood stand. So you're not missing out on a ton here. But I just want to bring this in so you can kind of get a little bit closer look here for a second. And I'm going to tell you, this is one of my favorite figures of all time, and we're going to go ahead and open it up. And I'm going to tell you, it says do not open. I already pointed this out, but we're going for it. And the Sludge Queen's not going to be too happy. I'm going to tell you right now with me doing this, as far as opening it and all this, but we're not going to let that stand in the way of a good show. You know, the things I'll do, I'm going to push the limits here, folks, on Tales from Collector's Paradise featuring yours truly, Bigsteviepump. Sometimes you just have to pull the Annabelle out of the glass case, and this is one of those times, and we're going to pull the glass case back. I tell you what, before we do, look at the chair. We were actually impressed with the detail, the graphics on the chair and stuff, and even at the bottom, I mean, it's like a little dollhouse furniture, and it's picking up a shadow there, but yeah, even the indentation of the way an old school chair might be. I mean, this thing here, it is super impressive. I mean, it is very impressive. And she told me if I lose this note, and the note here, you know, miss me. Let's see if we can spin it around right so you can even read this. Can we even, my fat fingers, I don't know if we're going to be able to pick it up, folks. Probably not going to be able to. Well, miss me. There it is. That's the little note that's in her hand. She's like, you better not lose this. I mean, she's talking to like a guy that's been collecting toys for like 40 years, and she's telling me all this stuff. But anyway, I mean, look at this figure. Like I said, she's not going to be happy with me playing with it, but we're doing it anyway, folks. But the real cloth, you know, frilly dress, but not trying to, let's keep it PG, folks. Keep it PG, not too far up the dress, PG. But look at this. They literally made her, you know, articulated, like good posability. I'm just going gaga over this. This is one of my favorite figures ever. I'm going to try to find another. On that day, I only found one. And, I mean, yeah, and she can stand. I mean, you know, if you want her to, so you could have her walk around. Let's see if we can get her a little further back. The camera here. I mean, I don't have a stand for her. Obviously, she sits in that chair, but you can see here. Let's tilt the camera a little bit. She's standing on her own. So this figure is just epic, and like I said, I was more excited about it than her, but it is her figure, and she was flipping out over it, and she, you know, was telling me don't, you know, lose it and all this stuff, and I'm not going to, but I really love this figure. 10 out of 10, actually 11 out of 10. You know, I don't normally grade figures, but kudos. Neca, you knocked it out of the park. This is one of my favorite figures of all time. I can't imagine this is not going to get Figure of the Year for 2020. And, man, I'm hoping to find another one. So, you know, I need one for my collection. And anyway, it's just simply awesome. It says positively, do not open. I'm going to disagree, Neca. Positively, do open. Go out to Target. Get your hands on this 10 out of 10 Annabelle figure and open it up because it's worth it. Okay, folks. I hope you've enjoyed these figures today that I've showed you. And I know I'm running long on time. This is already going to be the longest episode ever. Sorry about that. I'm long-winded. I got a lot to say. And we got a lot of stories to tell. After all, this is like a TV show. Tales from Collector's Paradise, featuring yours truly, Bigsteviepump. So, I promised you a food review. So that's part of why we're going to run a little bit longer, and I'm going to try to make this as quick as possible. But we got to do this quick because we can only do this once. And it's ice cream, folks. Look at that. With superstar John Cena and Becky Lynch right on the cover there. And it looks like Roman Reigns pictured on the bar. WWE Superstar Ice Cream Bars. This can be had off of your local ice cream truck for approximately $3. I don't know how much a pack of these would cost you in the store or whatever, but this would cost you about $3. So let's open it up here. And I'm not going to have you watch me eat the whole thing. I just wanted you to open it up and look at that. John Cena. You can't see me. Well, I can, John Cena. You're right there on this ice cream sandwich bar. Oh my goodness, folks. I hadn't even looked at the other side. Oh, yeah. Macho Man Randy Savage. That's right. Dig it. Look at that, folks. It's almost going to be a shame to eat this. I'm looking forward to eating this delightful ice cream sandwich with this vanilla wafer and this vanilla ice cream. Let's just dig in, folks. Not going to make you watch me eat the whole thing. I'm going to pause it and I'm going to come right back. All right, so good humor. Macho Man, Roman Reigns, Becky Lynch, John Cena. That's the 4 superstars you can get on these. And as you've seen, I guess you get 2 different ones on each one or whatever. And that was pretty awesome. And like I said, that was $3 on my local ice cream truck. And it was worth $3. I mean, you know, would I want to, get a box of 12 for $36? Absolutely not. But, on a hot, sunny day, a nice, treat like an ice cream bar from WWE made by Good Humor. I can't think of a better treat. So, hey, I give it a buy for $3 off your local ice cream truck. I'm in. Whatever, it's good. It's good. I mean, Good Humor did a good job. And even though it doesn't have chocolate, it's got the vanilla on the vanilla. A vanilla explosion of sorts. So I'm going to go ahead and give it to it. 10 out of 10 WWE Good Humor Superstar Bar Vanilla Wafer. Cookie sandwich. Crazy, man. Anyway, guys, I hope you've enjoyed this episode. I hope you've enjoyed my food review. Hey, I'm trying, guys. It's my first crack at it. Surely it's okay. It's worth something. Anyway, guys, thanks for continuing to watch, like, subscribe, comment. I appreciate it. The hits will just keep on coming. Keep tuning in. Bigsteviepump. Signing out. Tales from Collector's Paradise, hosted by yours truly, Bigsteviepump.